When it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, I'm Richard Taylor, and I'm coming back to address the situation regarding the incident that resulted in the loss of the life of 19-year-old Jaydin Vann on June the 28th of this year. As you see from the caption, I have the video footage from the incident, which proves that the assailants who murdered Jaydin Vann did not act in self-defense. Now I'm going to show this video so you guys can be the judge of the situation. Now, first I'm going to give you a little backdrop. There was the incident that happened allegedly from several sources that Mr. Vann and another associate who has not been identified met three individuals out of Wendell, North Carolina, to sell them a PlayStation 5. Now, these three individuals are listed in the police report as Angel Ortiz Roldan, 26, of Wendell, North Carolina; Riley Grace Allen Weber, 20, of Wendell, North Carolina. She's a female. And also Edwin Nuarez III, 23, of Wendell, North Carolina. Now, all these three individuals came in a vehicle, met in the Willow Run section of Goldsboro, North Carolina. And you will see in the video, which I'm about to show, where Mr. Vann and his associate walked up to the car. You'll see an individual outside of the car. Somewhere in the transaction, it was said that the individual with Mr. Vann snatched the money from the individual that you'll see in the video and ran. Now, when Jaydin and the individual ran, an individual who was in that car got out of the passenger side, chased the two individuals down, and shot 3 times, and resulting in the death of Mr. Vann. Now, the reason that I'm playing this video today and revisiting it, because the Goldsboro Police Department, more specifically, Detective Tillman, has decided not to charge these individuals with murder. However, if you look at this police incident report, you will see that the crime listed, as you see, is murder. There are 2 crimes. One crime is listed as murder, and one crime is listed as robbery with a dangerous weapon. Now, the second part of this police report, you will see Jaydin Vann is listed as the suspect in the robbery with the dangerous weapon. Now, although he was killed, he's listed as a suspect. However, there is no listing of a suspect in the murder. Now, if this police report has murder written on it, why is there not a suspect listed as a murder suspect? And we're going to get into that later on in the video as I discuss it. But let's watch this video of the incident that happened on June 28th. Now, first, I am going to show it without the sound, so you can see and hear me narrate. Now, it's a little, you're going to have to watch it through the trees because this person camera was across the street from Willow Run. But I'm going to play it silently for you so I can navigate for you, and then I'll play it with the sound so you can pretty much see how egregious this act is. Now I'm going to play it for you real quick. Now, if you look through those trees at the top left, you see two individuals walking up. And you see them stop right there at this car. And soon as they stop, you see an individual run back to the car, and them two running off. You see the individual get out of the car. He's chasing them down. And when he's chasing them, you hear the shots fired. And you see the man go out of view. So he goes out of view, and you see the individuals coming out of their house, and then the individual walks back to the car. Now I'm going to stop it here. Now it is said, now you saw that video, the two individuals walked up to the individual that was standing outside of the car. Evidently, the snatching of the money happened, and then the individual inside of the car gets out and fires 3 shots, one of which, or multiple shots, hit Jaydin. Now, the definition of self-defense is someone is threatening you. That person that was in the car, as you see, was not threatened by any individual. That person got out of the car and commenced to shooting. So that is outright murder. That is not self-defense in that person. Now, mind you, if the individual whom they met that was standing outside of the car decided to pull out a gun and shoot, then that may be a different story. However, this individual who was in the car was not threatened. These two individuals that were running away from the individual was not a threat to that individual. So we have to ask ourselves, why has not that individual been charged? And according to individuals that I spoke to close to the situation, the police are saying that the person who shot Jaydin, now make this make sense, the person who shot Jaydin is not responsible for Jaydin's death. It's the individual who was with him that is responsible for Jaydin's death. However, that individual didn't shoot Jaydin. This individual got outside of the car under no duress, under no threat of his safety, under no physical endangerment. He gets out of the car and shoots 3 shots of these two young men fleeing after snatching the money from another individual. That, my friend, is not self-defense. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you try to justify it, I think we all can see from this video that that is not self-defense. That is outright murder, as the report lists. So we have to ask ourselves, why has not that person who got outside of that car been arrested? Now, according to sources close to the situation, the other individual who was with Jaydin has not been identified. No one knows exactly who that person was, and he has not come forward. But the police are making it seem like he is the reason for Jaydin's death. Now, I'm going to play this video again so you guys can see it. And you can go back and slow this YouTube thing down and see the video in slow-mo. But watch this once again. Now, here it is with the sound so you can hear what is going on. You heard once again 3 shots, of an individual getting out the car. And look closely, the individual whom they met ran around to the driver's side, or to the driver's passenger side. So that individual who the individual took the money from was out of danger. There was no threat to his person. The assailants, the robbery suspect, however you want to classify them, were running away. And so my question to the police chief, Chief West, the entire Goldsboro City Police Department, Detective Tillman, why has these individuals not been arrested for murder as listed on the report? Now, once again, if we look at this report more, you will see that these individuals, and I think this is very telling, these individuals have Spanish last names, at least two of them, but they are listed race white, and Edwin Juarez is listed race white. Both Angel Ortiz Roldan and Edwin Juarez are listed as white. Now, of course, everybody wants to not bring race into every situation when race is always relevant, because, now this is just my assertion, you can agree or disagree, but history has shown me if the tables were turned and those were two white kids running away after snatching money from a young black man, and a young black man got out of the car and chased them down and shot them, there is no doubt in my mind that that young black man would be charged with murder. I've seen it happen. And so I don't know what makes this situation different when there's a clear-cut video of someone chasing someone down and shooting them in the back. In the back means they're retreating. There is no threat to your life. And so also, once again, if you look at the domestic status, now I looked up this domestic and it says resident status, it says non-resident. Now, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, domestic status, under domestic status, it says resident status, it means non-resident. So I am inclined to believe, and I've searched what that means, and that means that these individuals are not U.S. citizens. They're non-residents, as many people will call them, illegals. I'm not sure now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But also that plays a major factor in, I guess, the prosecuting of these individuals. Now, once again, I'm never condoning the action of, taking someone's money, but when you do that, there's a recourse. Now, it is said to me that these people, and you'll see in the video, I play it one more time. You'll see that they just stood around. They stood around and they called the police and they alerted the police to what happened. So if they could stand around and call the police after the fact, they definitely could have called the police while the robbery or soon after the robbery has taken place. And so my question once again to the Goldsboro Police Department, Detective Tillman, Chief West, and anybody of brass, explain to me why this is not outright murder when the police investigation report clearly states that a crime of murder happened. And so why is not Angel Roldan? I assume that it wasn't the young lady, Grace Ellen Weber. Either it was Edwin Juarez who got out of the passenger side, or Angel Roldan who got out of the passenger side and chased those young men down. Now, of course, I would hope that the young man who was there would eventually, make his presence known. So maybe Jaydin Vann could get justice. And, once again, my heartfelt prayers and condolences go out to the family of Mr. Vann. I am doing this video on his behalf because I feel that he should get justice in the form of those people who took his life being charged with the murder as it lists on this police investigation report. And so I plan on going down to the police station. I don't know if they're going to talk to me or not, but there has to be an explanation. And I feel that, the community must garner around this. Once again, there is a legal process if you commit a crime against another individual. Unless that person is in fear of their life and has to use deadly force, then that is justified. You see this person getting out of the passenger side of the car. I cannot make this any clearer. That person was not in danger. That person was not under any physical duress. That person was the aggressor. And so, share this video, make it known. Once again, I've heard people say, well, that you can't take, no, that you can't justify this. People tried to say, well, they shouldn't have done what they did. Of course, we knew that, but that doesn't mean death. That person who gets his money taken should not be the judge, jury, and the executioner. Now, I understand I've been on both sides of the gun, so I know. But if that was the case, I could have had plenty of bodies when guns were pointed in my face and, people were retreating, and I could have ran after them and shot them, right? But I knew that I would be charged with murder if it wasn't a bang-bang situation where I had to defend myself. And so I once again, my heart goes out. Rest in peace to the young man, whose life was cut short, partly because of his own misdeeds, but definitely these people are responsible because that is no self-defense. That is outright murder. Watch this video once again, and then I'm going to end this video. But I want you guys to see once again, so you can, and I don't know if you can slow this down through the YouTube. I think you can, but just look at this one once again so we can be clear.
Right there? Can you get something?
And so, you guys tell me what you think. I know there are going to be some people who are going to justify or try to, and that's just self-hatred. I think, I hate to once again bring race into it, but if the tables were turned, I think a lot of people will agree that the shooters of the individual running away from the scene, the ones who shot them in the back, would be definitely charged. But we're going to see this matter through the end. Once again, this happened June 28th, almost 5 weeks ago. Detectives once again claim that, the person who chased him down and shot him is not responsible for his death. The individual who was with him, who snatched the money, and because he is not, he cannot be identified, then they cannot charge this person with murder when it's clearly listed on the police investigative report. My name is Richard Taylor, man. 919-587-7782. If you have any information regarding this situation or other situations, feel free to call, text, send an email, taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. But, you know, we definitely want to prevent incidents like this from happening in our city. But when these things do happen, we prefer that the perpetrators of these situations be brought to justice. Peace and love. Y'all have a blessed night.